I wasn't supposed to be there. That's the simplest way to explain it. The battlefield wasn't meant for people like me, salvagers, scavengers, ghosts who lived off the scraps of other people's wars. But war has a way of spreading, bleeding into places it doesn't belong, turning quiet corners of the galaxy into graveyards overnight. That's how I found the ship. It was drifting just beyond the edge of a shattered moon, surrounded by debris and the remains of a battle that had ended hours, maybe days, before I arrived. Wreckage floated in slow silence, pieces of massive warships torn apart like paper. And in the center of it all was something different. One ship, intact, dark, alive. I should have turned back the moment I saw it. Instead, I powered my small salvage craft forward. My name is Kale Rin, and I make bad decisions. The ship didn't respond to hails. No signals, no warnings, no automated defense systems activating as I approached. That alone was strange. Military vessels, especially ones involved in active combat, were never this quiet. But something about it called to me. Not literally, at least, I don't think it was. I guided my ship closer, matching its slow drift. The hull was smooth, almost organic, its surface reflecting the cold starlight like black glass. There were no visible seams, no clear entry points. No human technology looked like this. Definitely alien, I muttered, which meant two things: danger and value. I latched onto the hull, engaged the magnetic clamps, and suited up. The moment I stepped onto its surface, I felt it. A vibration, faint, like a heartbeat. Okay, I said under my breath. That's new. I scanned for weak points, found a section that seemed thinner than the rest, and started cutting. The metal resisted at first, then slowly gave way, parting like it didn't want to, but couldn't stop me. When the opening was big enough, I slipped inside. The interior was wrong. Not damaged, not destroyed. Untouched. The corridors curved in ways that didn't follow straight lines, the walls glowing faintly with a soft, pulsating light. The air was breathable, warm, carrying a faint metallic scent. But it wasn't empty. I could feel it. Something was still here. I moved carefully, my footsteps echoing in the silence. The deeper I went, the stronger that feeling became, like I was being watched. Then I heard it, a sound, not mechanical, not environmental. A voice, soft, distant, calling. I followed it. The chamber I entered was massive, circular, with towering walls that stretched upward into darkness. At the center stood a raised platform, and on it, her. She was standing, unmoving, her back turned to me. Even from a distance, I could tell she wasn't human. Her figure was tall, her posture regal, her presence overwhelming. Long, dark hair cascaded down her back, shimmering faintly like it held starlight within it. Her armor, if that's what it was, seemed to be grown from her body, sleek and intricate, glowing softly at the edges. For a moment, I forgot how to breathe. Then she spoke. "You shouldn't be here." Her voice echoed through the chamber, calm and controlled, but carrying a weight that pressed against my chest. I raised my hand slightly. "Look, I didn't mean to." She turned, and everything changed. Her eyes locked onto mine, deep, luminous gold, burning with something ancient and powerful. Recognition. Not curiosity, not confusion. Recognition. "You," she said. One word, but it felt like a command. I frowned. "Do we know each other?" She stepped forward slowly, descending from the platform. "No," she said softly. "But I know you." "That doesn't make any sense." "It will." She stopped a few feet away from me, studying my face like she was searching for something. Then, without warning, she reached out and touched me. The moment her hand met my chest, the world shattered. Light exploded behind my eyes. My body locked in place as something surged through me, heat, energy, memory. But not mine. I saw stars, not from a distance, from within. I saw fleets burning across galaxies, civilizations rising and falling like waves, and at the center of it all, her. Not as she was now, but as something more, a ruler, a conqueror, a queen. And then I saw myself, not here, not now, standing beside her, wearing armor unlike anything I'd ever seen, holding her hand. A voice echoed through the chaos. "You are bound." The vision ended as suddenly as it began. I collapsed to my knees, gasping. What was that?" I choked out. She knelt in front of me, her expression softer now, but no less intense. "The truth," she said. "I don't understand." "You will." Before I could say anything else, the ship trembled. A deep, resonant vibration rippled through the chamber. Her head snapped upward.
"They found us."
"Who?" I asked. She didn't answer. Instead, she stood, her entire demeanor shifting. The calm presence I had seen moments ago vanished. In its place stood something else. Authority, power, command. "Stay close," she said. "Wait, what's happening?" But it was already too late. The walls of the chamber opened. Not doors, the walls themselves. They peeled back like petals, revealing the void beyond and the fleet that filled it. Dozens of ships, no, hundreds, each one massive, heavily armed, their designs matching the one we were in. They surrounded us completely. A voice boomed through the chamber, amplified, echoing from every direction. "My queen." The words sent a chill down my spine. "We have secured the perimeter." My queen. I looked at her. "You're—" "Yes," she said. The floor beneath us shifted, lifting us upward through the open chamber and into the void. A platform formed beneath our feet, carrying us out into the center of the fleet. And that's when I saw them. An army. Thousands of soldiers, standing in perfect formation on nearby vessels, their armor gleaming, their weapons lowered. All of them watching, all of them waiting. For her. The platform stopped. Silence fell. Then, in perfect unison, they knelt. Every single one of them. "My queen," they said together. The sound shook the stars. I stood there, frozen, my mind struggling to keep up. This wasn't real. It couldn't be. And yet, she stepped forward, and everything felt right. She turned to me, in front of her army, in front of her fleet, and said, "This is him." I blinked. "What?" Her voice carried, amplified, reaching every corner of the formation. "The one bound to me." Murmurs spread through the ranks, confusion, shock, disbelief. I felt every eye on me. "This is insane," I whispered. "You've got the wrong guy." She didn't even look at me. Instead, she raised her hand. Silence returned instantly. Then she spoke the words that changed everything. "This is my husband." The universe stopped. At least that's what it felt like. My heart skipped, my thoughts froze. "What?" I said, louder than I meant to. The army didn't react, but I could feel their shock, even if they didn't show it. "You can't just say that," I hissed. "We just met." She turned to me then, her expression calm. "No," she said. "We did not." "I've never seen you before in my life." "Not in this one," she replied. I stared at her. "This one?" She stepped closer, lowering her voice so only I could hear. "Our bond transcends a single lifetime," she said. "You were mine before. You will be mine again." That's not how this works. It is now. The commander of the fleet stepped forward, his posture rigid. My queen, he said carefully. This human cannot be your consort. The council will never accept. He didn't finish because she looked at him, and the air itself seemed to tighten. I do not require the council's approval, she said coldly. No, my queen, he replied quickly. But tradition is irrelevant. Silence. Absolute. Then she raised her voice again. Let it be known, she declared, that the bond has been restored. The soldiers bowed their heads, not in agreement, but in obedience. I grabbed her arm. Hey, I said, we need to talk. She allowed it, letting me pull her aside. This is crazy, I said. You can't just claim me in front of an entire army. I already have. I don't even know your name. She paused, then, I am Seraphine Valcora, sovereign of the Aurelian Dominion. I blinked. Of course you are. And you, she said, are the one I lost. I'm not lost, I said. I was doing just fine before all this. She smiled faintly. No, she said. You were waiting. They brought me onto the flagship, not as a prisoner, not exactly as a guest either, something in between. The crew treated me with a strange mix of curiosity and caution. No one questioned her claim, but no one fully accepted it either. I didn't blame them. I didn't accept it. Not yet. But the more time I spent with her, the harder it became to deny. The connection, the memories. They started coming back, fragments at first, then more. A life I didn't remember living, a war we fought together, a bond we chose and lost. You're remembering, she said one night. I nodded slowly. Yeah, I admitted. I am. And? I looked at her. At the woman who had claimed me in front of an army, at the queen who ruled entire systems, at the one person who somehow felt familiar. It still doesn't make sense, I said. It doesn't have to, she replied. It only has to be true. The war returned. It always does. Enemies at the edge of their territory, testing their strength, looking for weakness. And this time, I didn't stay behind. I fought. Not because I had to, but because I wanted to. Because something inside me had awakened, something that belonged to her world, to her, to us. And in the heat of battle, standing beside her as fleets clashed and stars burned, I realized something. I wasn't just a salvager anymore. I wasn't just human. I was part of something greater, something older, something that had found me again. When the battle ended, we stood together on the command deck, watching the last of the enemy ships retreat. It's over, I said. For now, she replied. I nodded. Then I looked at her. So, what happens next? She turned to me, her expression softer than I had ever seen it. Now, she said, we rebuild. And us? A pause. Then she reached for my hand. We begin again. I didn't expect any of this, not the war, not the truth, and definitely not her. But sometimes, the universe doesn't ask what you expect. It shows you who you were always meant to be. And sometimes, it places a queen in front of you and lets her choose you all over again.